Alright guys, welcome back to Mega Man X. Welcome back to Knowledge Bits. Left off with Spark Mandrill. Nope. There we go. Alright, cool. So last time we were talking about, what were we talking about? Do what you wanted to do. Alright. This time, there we go. This time we're going to talk about stop stressing yourself out. So like we talked about last time, life can get challenging. It's going to get challenging. It's inevitable. That's just how it is, you know. It's like you can't. There's no easy mode in life. So the thing is, though, there's gonna be things that are challenging, but that doesn't mean that we have to stress out about them. We have to, in my opinion, we have to accept the challenges that come in our life. Because stress happens most of the time because of us. It's not the actual situation that's stressing us. It's our own heads that stresses us. Let me see. Hold on. This boy? Yeah, okay. So, what I mean by that is this. There are many situations where I see a person that is super stressed out. And it's because something happened to them or something is happening to someone that's close to them or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? They get stressed out by situations. I need to get some of these. And that's the thing. I mean, do you think those situations are unique to that one person? They're probably not, right? All right, 7. I'll just get another one for good measure. Those situations are not unique to that person. So why is that person getting stressed out? It's because they're letting themselves get stressed out. Oh my goodness, it is very hard to think while I'm doing this one. I'm pretty good at this stage, to be honest. Sometimes I can knock it out without getting hit. Now is not one of those times. But yeah, and that's the thing. It's like we allow ourselves to get stressed, and that's not good. Because, well, first of all, do you like being stressed? I hate being stressed out. I hate anything that complicates my day, that makes me think about or worry about things that I do not want to be thinking or worrying about. I hate stress. I hate when people... Oh. All right. By the way, I love this song. This is my favorite one. So yeah, a lot of people let themselves get stressed by situations or by people. And what I tend to do, what I've always done since I was young, is I stay away from them. I stay away from those situations. I stay away from those people because there's no point to being around it, you know? There's no point in stressing about things that you can't control. There's no point in stressing about people you can't control. There's no point in stressing about situations you can't control. And it's just, if there's no point, then why stress out? You know what I mean? It's like, there's always going to be problems in the world. There's always going to be people who have something like against you or against something that you do that, like, even think about it. Let's say you believe in a certain type of lifestyle, and someone else is like, no, you can't be doing that because that's wrong because of this and this and that. And it's like, dude, like, and that's their way of thinking, right? That's fine. People can have their own way of thinking. But the thing is, like, why let that get to you? Why let it annoy you? Because the thing is, it's getting to them. And you see how, like, I don't know, they have like a sort of anger in their face and their eyes, and it's like, I just don't like that. I think it's pointless to stress out about a lot of things. It's more important to be kind, to enjoy life, to do things and live the way you want to be, you know? It's like, there's no point in stressing out about a lot of things. So think about it. What typically stresses you out? Is it whenever you have a bad driver in front of you? Is it whenever your wife or husband is like nagging at you? Is it because your parents are a pain? What stresses you out? Damn, it's hard to talk and think sometimes. This one is, like, I don't know what it is about this one, but I really have to pay attention sometimes with him. And that's the thing. So, sometimes stress is inevitable, you know, because you have people that are stressful in your life. And that sucks because it's like, okay, let's say, for example, your spouse stresses you out. If your spouse stresses you out, what is it about them that stresses you out? Because if it's a personality thing, then that sucks, because now it's a matter of like, well, maybe they need to work on something, or you need to work on something, or you guys need to come to a compromise of like, oh well, this is how I am in these situations, and this is what I would like in these situations. So there's that, right? But if it's something they do, it's a little bit easier, because then you could just be like, hey, I would appreciate it if you wouldn't do this, because it kind of stresses me out. I don't like when you do this, and it would make it more enjoyable for me. And then don't say this, but in the back of your head, you know, it's like you're not going to hold resentment, you're not going to hold anger towards them, because at the end of the day, guys, when people stress us out, our bodies don't like it, our minds don't like it. We're gonna feel it, and we're gonna show it to people. It's gonna be a very hard thing to hide. So you want to minimize the amount of stress, especially from someone important in your life. If someone important in your life is stressing you out for whatever reason, it's really important you talk about it, because if you don't, they're just gonna continue to stress you out, and nothing is gonna be changed, nothing's gonna be fixed. So you gotta work on figuring out what stresses. I'm gonna get those on what stresses you out, and then see if you can fix that. And I don't mean fix that like fix the person. I mean fix that like, okay, well, can I talk to this person about it? Can I change what situations I get myself into? Because sometimes it's that, right? Let's say, for example, you have a best friend that is involved with a lot of shady people. If you're involved with the person that's involved with shady people, by default, you're gonna be involved in some shady shit. And I'm saying this because I've had friends who do that. They're very kind, very good people, and just because it's like, oh, this person is important to me, they allow themselves to get involved in situations they don't want to be in, and that's bad, because you're gonna get stressed out. You're gonna get mad at your friend. You're not gonna be living life the way you want to be living it, and so you got to be careful with that. What else did I want to cover? Why did I pause? Okay. So with stress, right? Usually it's because something happens or someone's being a certain way. Now this is the thing. If someone's being a certain way, let them know that you don't appreciate it and enjoy how they're being or how they're treating you or whatever the hell the case is. But the other thing is this. Let's say they've been doing it for a year, 2 years, 5 years. They've been doing this for a while. They've been doing something that you don't like for a while. And I don't mean that you don't like, oh, she shouldn't be doing this because that's not right. I mean, you don't like because it's like, well, she's treating me a certain way and I don't enjoy that or something like that, you know? Or he, whoever the hell the person is. So, I can't get that. So if you've been allowing that to happen from the same person in the same way for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, even the last few months, that's a long time. Why do you let yourself go through that for a lot longer than you have to? A lot of times this could be easily resolved, and I don't mean easily like, oh, like, don't do that, okay, like, and that's it. No, I mean, like, if you were to just talk to the person, it might be uncomfortable to see that person for a day or something, to be able to talk to them for like a week or something, but then after that it just kind of passes, guys. Time heals most things. It's okay to make a person feel uncomfortable. You have to stop being afraid to make them feel uncomfortable, because if you continue to be afraid, you're going to continue to deal with bullshit that you don't want to deal with, and that's not good, because, well, it sucks. That's just the bottom line. And if you let that happen, I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but it's your life's going to be a lot more stressful than it has to be. It's going to be a lot more annoying. It's going to be a lot more frustrating. You just got to do something about it. Same thing as I was saying last time. It's like same thing with the whole doing what you want to do type of thing, right? If you want to do something that you're not doing right now, why has it taken you so long to get there? Same thing with stress. Same thing with people. If you want to have a better relationship with this person, or you don't want this person to treat you a certain way, why have you not done anything about it? And it can get hard if you're a child, right? If you have a parent that's raised you a certain way, or has been telling you to be a certain way, because now it's like they have expectations on how you should be. Now that's not good, because at the end of the day, we're all our own individual person. So if a person was trying to raise you to be a certain way, it's like, okay, in their minds, they're doing what they think is best for you, but at the same time, they're disregarding who you are as an individual. And that's the thing. When it comes to like parents, for example, or like bosses or whatever the hell, like some sense of authority, right? If you don't say that something bothers you, the longer you don't say it, the more they're gonna think it's okay for them to do it to you. So you got to get it out of the way. If it's already been happening for years and years and years, it's gonna be even harder as time goes on. So you just kind of have to, do it. It sucks. Yeah, sure, it's uncomfortable. I mean, one thing I taught my nephew is when he was like 3 or something. I don't really remember exactly how old he was, but when he was a baby, he was small. I told him, if I ever do something that you don't like, tell me, because I'm not perfect and I will make mistakes, and I will sometimes probably make you feel bad about something. And yeah, sure enough, I don't remember if it was that same week or what it was, but I remember we were in my room, and I don't know if I made fun of him or something, but like I was teasing, you know. I didn't intend to hurt his feelings or anything like that, but he didn't like it. And instead of him just putting up with it, which most kids are taught to put up with it, because it's like, oh, don't talk back to me, don't disrespect me, whatever the hell the thing is. It's like, he told me like, hey, I don't like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I apologized to him. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel bad or to offend you or whatever the hell it was. But he told me, and because of that, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that again, right? Or at least try my best not to, because guys, honestly, we're humans. We're gonna make the same mistakes over and over again sometimes. All we can do is do our best. I'm not saying to be perfect. I'm not saying to fix everything. I'm just saying, let's try to improve our lives a little bit, you know? And so that was the whole thing with that. And as he got older, now he's older. He's 12 years old. Now he still tells me, sometimes when we're playing or something, I remember one time, I don't remember how long ago, it was maybe a few months ago, but he's like, I beat him in some game or something, and I started laughing because he died in the game or something like that. And then he said, oh, please don't laugh at me. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean to make him feel bad. I was just, you know, I grew up with guys making fun of each other, that kind of shit, you know. So that's how I like to have fun with people. And I didn't mean to hurt his feelings, but if I did, I mean, I apologize, because I'm like, yeah, that wasn't my intention. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's the same thing with any other person. I talked to a kid about this. He's talking to an adult, me, right? He's talking to me about like, hey, I don't like when you do this. And what am I going to do? Be an ass and just be like, oh, well, like, you should stop being so sensitive, or who cares because blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, he's an individual person with his own feelings and his own way of being. He doesn't like being treated a certain way, and that's okay. I mean, think about it. Would you like a person to just randomly slap you in the face whenever they felt like it? It would be annoying, right? It's stupid. It's like why would you hold on, guys, my laptop's actually gonna lose battery, so hold on. Almost done. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna plug this thing in before it dies on me. There we go. Alright, cool. Is it plugged in? Is it getting charged? Please be charged. Is it charging? I believe. Yeah, it's charging. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. Let me just get my mic back. And so let me try to remember. That's another thing you're going to learn. I have a pretty bad memory when it comes to certain things. So the whole point with everything, I think I was talking about someone slapping you in the face randomly, right? So why would you put up with that? If someone was doing that, it's like, would you just shut your mouth and just take it? You'd probably say something about it, right? So why do you allow people to treat you in a way that you don't like to be treated? And now I'm not saying that you could just like yell at them or whatever, because I get it. The situation is sensitive sometimes. If you're talking to your parent and you don't like something that they do to you, or some way that they treat your wife or your family or whatever, that it gets a little bit hard, because it's like, well, you don't want to disrespect them. There's that side of it, right? But at the end of the day, you have to speak up. If you do not speak up, I'm sorry, but they're gonna keep treating you with disrespect. And that's the thing. You can't allow that. I mean, you can, but then that's gonna be a shitty part of your life for a very long time. So why let it carry on for so long? You know, that's the thing. You have to do something about it. And this is the thing that I think we're gonna get to a lot of times in knowledge bids. It's that we have to eventually get to a point where we just have to act. We have to do something to be able to get a result that we want. You know, whether it's in our own personal individual lives, whether it's with our spouse or our family, whether it's with people in our jobs or our bosses or whatever the case is. Same thing with bosses. Boss is treating you like shit. Fuck that. Why would I allow a guy? Why am I gonna allow this guy to treat me like shit just because he's in a higher position than me? I don't take that. They want to fire me? Fuck it. Let them fire me. I would rather be fired than be putting up with a person that doesn't treat me with the respect that I deserve. I mean, think about it. If you disrespected them, they would say something about it, right? So why does it make any difference? Oh, just because they're in a higher position, so does that make you less of a person? That makes no sense, right? You have to do something about it, guys. Don't just think that you have to put up with things. Don't assume that it's like, oh, well, I can't do anything about it. It's not that you can't do anything about it. It's probably that you're scared. You have to stop being scared about it. Just go for it, you know? Oh, I got a glitch right there one time. Whatever. That's not. It has nothing to do with this. Anyways, and the last thing I want to mention about stress, right? Because this is the topic. Stop stressing yourself out. Do not worry about things until you have to worry about them. A lot of people worry about anything that has importance in their life. They start worrying about it. Oh, my kid's going to college now. I'm so worried about them. What if they don't make friends? What if this? What if that? It's like, dude, your kid's barely a junior in high school. Don't worry about that until, honestly, that's also kind of a silly thing to worry about, but let's say, don't worry about that until they're already in college, you know? It's like, why do you put yourself through more than you have to go through? It's kind of ridiculous. Because this is the thing, life is going to have very stressful moments. We're going to go through things that are very challenging, things that are going to stress us out. But why would I stress out about something that is going to happen 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road? Why am I going to stress out about something that I have to deal with next week? Next week is still a long way away. You know, it's like, for example, what do I have to take care of? I have to pay my my insurance next week, right? Why am I going to worry about that right now? It's not something that needs to get taken care of right now. So why would I think about it? It's like, oh, well, I have this to do and I have that to do and I have that to do. It's like, there's a lot of people that do that. It's like, why are you putting these thoughts in your head of like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed? That's stress too. When you feel overwhelmed, it's because you're trying to do more than you're supposed to do in that moment. You're supposed to take things one task at a time. And I'm not saying only do one task a day. I'm saying like, okay, well, let's say, for example, I have 3 things to do today. I need to do laundry, I need to go work, and I need to pick up my girlfriend from the airport, let's say. It's like, okay, so why am I going to worry about picking her up from the airport if I have to take care of the other 2 things first? You know what I mean? It's kind of ridiculous. It's like, okay, I'll worry about picking her up whenever the time comes. And of course, I'm going to worry that same day. But what I mean is, don't put yourself more than you have to. If I have something to do next week, why am I going to worry about that today? Why am I going to worry about that right now? I have other stuff on my mind right now. I have other things to take care of right now. When that week comes, I'll worry about that. When that week isn't here, I won't worry about that. We create these like ideas of like, oh my gosh, if I don't do this right now, if I don't take care of this, this is going to be really, really bad, or whatever the case is, you know? And that's not true. Look, let me put it this way. Let's say, for example, you don't get something done this week. Does the world completely stop tomorrow? It doesn't, right? Hold on, let me make sure I got everything. I got everything here. Did I? Yeah. Got everything here. Got the heart. Got the heart. Got the heart? Oh, don't tell me I missed the heart right there. I'm gonna double check. Alright. We'll make it a little bit longer. But yeah, you know, like, why would you stress yourself out about stuff that isn't immediately relevant, you know? That's it. If you want to think ahead, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying to not plan ahead, to not think ahead. All I'm saying is to not worry ahead of time. thinking ahead of time is fine. Planning ahead of time is great. It's very important if you want to be successful, or if you want to just get certain things done. But worrying ahead of time slows you down. The other stuff is great because it's like, okay, yeah, I did get it. Because it's like, it's something positive. You know, it's working towards something positive. That's fine. But whenever you start stressing yourself out, it's not good, guys. You got to be careful with that. We have enough stress in a regular day. Why are we going to add more to it? Why are we going to put ourselves through that? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sure many of you guys can relate to that. It doesn't make like, you don't want to stress out about things, you know? And some of you might be like, oh, well, that's just how I am. It's like, well, change how you are. At least that part, you know? Like, you could have the same interests, likes, aspirations, whatever, but change that part, because that is not a good thing for your life. If you're a natural warrior, look into things of like, oh, well, instead of thinking about the negative of things, think about the positive of things. Think about what you enjoy about something. Think about what's good about a situation rather than what's bad about a situation. You know, you got to change your mindset, because if you don't, you're going to continue to stress out. Life's going to continue to be hard, and you're going to continue to feel terrible. And no one wants that. I mean, I don't want it. I'm sure you don't want it either. But yeah, well, that's pretty much it. So just remember, guys, do your best. I'm not doing this to be like, oh, well, I'm telling you guys how to live your life or what to do or anything like that. I just want you guys to think a little bit for yourselves, because if I can help you think about something a little bit more deeply, or just have a thought throughout the day that might help you, then that's my goal. You know, that's all I look for in this. I just want to do this well, first of all, I'm enjoying doing this, right? I love playing games, but I also want to know that someone out there was able to listen to this and was like, you know what, I listened to this and I thought about it, and even though my life didn't completely turn around, it's heading in the right direction now. You know, that's what I want from this. And I didn't say this last time, but if you guys know someone that might benefit from this, share it with someone. I'm still starting out, so I would appreciate it too. Any help in the very beginning, I would greatly appreciate, because I honestly don't know how to get this out to people yet. I'll do my best. I'll keep on doing this for a very long time, I hope. And thank you for watching. Love you guys. Please take care of yourselves and try to do something positive in your life, something that is meaningful, something that is good for you, something that you enjoy. Okay? All right. Have a good, well, I was going to say have a good night, but it's nighttime for me. Have a good day, guys.